You're still watching the AM show, sponsored by Waylead Properties, and they provide you quality housing at an affordable cost and with flexible payment option. Now, this morning, we want to talk to Domestic Workers Union on what their challenges are. In the studio with me this morning is Hajia Fati. She's a second trustee, Domestic Services Workers Union, and Eva Atakpa is the chairperson for Domestic Services Workers Union. Ladies, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
We're doing good.
And just for clarity, before we get into the conversation, this union comprises drivers, nannies, cooks, everyone really who works in a home.
Yeah.
So that is the union, the association. How long have you been in action, I should say?
We started organizing in 2010. And then by 2015, we had a few members. So we went for our first founding conference on the 16th September 2015.
Okay.
And so we have been in existence like 15 years now. And the union is growing stronger by the day.
Okay. And this is backed by law. In fact, there's a, what's it called? Labor Organization Convention C189 on decent work for domestic workers. And so you are here to call attention to the implementation of that labor LI and some of the challenges that you have. So let's start from there. Let me start with you, Hania Fatimatu. How's it going with your members? I understand it's not all rosy. Tell us, what's the story here?
We have a lot of members now because we've been moving from Accra to the regions. Now, we are fully in the Volta region, Eastern region, and then the Central region. We are heading towards the Northern region. And it's like we are having a lot of members now. It's only that we are having some challenges here and there.
Okay. So, Eva, you are the chairperson, Domestic Services Workers Union. I want to understand what your story is. I mean, obviously, we are here to discuss something that's not going right with you so that we can draw attention on the appropriate authorities to take action. What exactly is that problem?
You know, formerly, domestic workers were called Abawa. You go to the village, bring your niece or your nephew to come and help you. You also help.
True.
That is how it is. But when you come, the treatment, the maltreatments, just too much. Sometimes you'll be with your own uncle or your own auntie, but the food they will eat, they will not allow you to eat that food.
True.
They maltreat you, call you all sorts of names. So we sat down and thought of, why don't we form a union so that we can have a voice? Because we believe domestic work is also work.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So domestic workers and all household workers must also enjoy the rights as other workers.
And you're saying this is not the case as we speak.
Yeah.
So your workers are being mistreated by the employers.
Yes.
And is there a way you can, where do you address these issues? For example, if a house help is being maltreated and they come to you, what do you do about it? How do you get the situation addressed?
Yes, we go to the labor office to address it. So I think now, we now know our rights. Before we come to you for work, there should be a contract. There should be a contract. You sign, I sign, my witness sign, your witness sign. Then I keep one, you keep one. We send one to the labor office so that in case you maltreat me, I go. First of all, when they come to us, we try to address it. We go to the employer, see the employer now, talk to the person. But if you want to prove stubborn, then we go further.
Would you say the Labour Commission has been helpful?
Yes.
They have been?
They have been.
Okay.
Yes.
And the implementation of this LI 2408 is also going well?
Yes.
Right. So it's just the maltreatment of your workers that you're here to draw attention to?
Sometimes you don't have even rest period. You work for 12 hours without a rest period. But at least we must have 1 hour rest period in every 8 hours.
Ajia, Let me hear from you as well.
I, for one, I was a domestic worker before having my first degree.
Okay.
Because those I was working with gave me the room to do whatever I want to do. And what I'm seeing is that most of the domestic workers are not educated, so they don't know what to do. So now the union is bringing them together. We educate some of them, and then we go to talk to their employers. Some agree, some don't. And you should, because we have our rights.
Yes.
So you can't sit on anybody's rights because that person is not educated, and then you call that person an abawa. So we are doing our best, going to all avenues to make the domestic worker free.
Are you educating your members? Are you letting them understand that they have, I mean, beside the labor law, human rights comes top of all.
Yes.
You cannot mistreat any human being just because they work for you in the home. So are you educating your members enough so they also understand that they shouldn't accept all forms of mistreatment from the employers?
Yes.
Are you educating them?
Yeah, and then that is why we need a law to back us. You can't just, if there are educated men who have these abawers, so if you can't just go to that person and talk just like that. You have to be backed by law.
Right.
And that is why we are bringing in the laws to back us, so that those who don't have any education at all, they should know that when I work from 6 to 6, I think at least I should rest. At the end of the year, I should have a leave. When I give birth, there are some people who give birth and they still work. There are some ladies who, most of those workers are also female.
Yes.
The male are very few. So they can work, they can be mishandled. You know, men, they can do anything. So most of us are being motivated. So we are educating them. We are doing our best to see that we are all equal. Because so I'll still call myself a domestic worker.
So you're looking for breaks?
Yes.
You're looking for paid leave, maternal leave.
Yeah.
You're looking for sick leave.
Yeah.
You're looking for proper treatment of your members.
Yes.
What about the Ghana Police Service? I know that the police, every form of mistreatment or violence, crime, your first point of call should ideally be the police. Yeah. What's the relationship? Are you able to find some solution there when you go to the Ghana Police Service?
Formally, some people, when they employ you, after working in their home, you have to finish on their bed. They harass you sexually.
Yes.
What?
Yes. We have faced all forms of sexual harassment.
And abuse. That's abuse.
Abuse, yes.
Yeah.
But when you go to the police, they just do some way, and the case is dead. But ever since we started this union, I quite remember we had one case. When we reported to the police,
because now you have a union, you have backing in the law and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I want you to appeal to the Minister for Labor, Jobs, Employment.
Yeah.
Appeal to the President, if he's listening to us right now, on exactly what you need for these appropriate authorities or leaders to do to make your work as a union easy and also make the lives of these workers better. Because at the end of the day, they're still human beings who are working for us. They help your life become better, so don't mistreat them.
Yes.
Let me start with you, Eva.
Yes. We want to appeal to the minister. Though we've been to his office on one occasion, we sat down with him, talked to him, and he was very happy we are taking this stance. And we've been to the Labour Commission too. The Chief Labour was also happy we are taking this stance. So we are appealing to government to ratify this convention for us, because Convention 189 talks about decent work for domestic workers. Every member working in your home is also working. Because you wake up in the morning, dress, go to your office. That domestic worker stays in your house, do everything. Take care of your children. So she's also working for you.
Yeah.
So we appeal to the government. This convention was adopted in Geneva since 2011. But still, Ghana government has not ratified it. They only passed the regulation for us. That is the airline 2408.
Yeah.
But there are little.
There's more work to be done. There's more work to be done. Okay, Haji, I'll give you the final word.
Okay. So we are appealing to, even though we've gone far, we've gone to some ministers and then they've agreed with us, they've agreed to do what we want, but still we are appealing here that they should take care of the domestic worker.
All right.
It's more important. Without us, your home is not a home.
Thank you so much for coming, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
And I mean, this is to all of us, really. Don't mistreat or maltreat your domestic workers. At the end of the day, you're human beings making your life better. Those who join us for this conversation, Hajia Fati, she's a second trustee, Domestic Services Workers Union, and Eva Atakpa is a chairperson for Domestic Services Workers Union. Thank you for coming. All right. Now, we are still talking about that exclusive Easter sales promotion happening now in all CompuGhana branches. From now till the 30th of April, you get up to 50% off when you buy top brands like Samsung, Lenovo, TCL, ITEL, and many more. You can win an 85-inch smart TV, iPhones, laptops, juices, and so many more in this draw that is currently going on. The draw will be on the 2nd of May. And with a minimum of 1,000 Ghana cedi purchase, you can enter the draw by simply texting your invoice number to the short code. The raffle draw, remember, is on the 2nd of May, so shop now. You can also shop online at www.compughana.com or visit any of our showrooms or call this number 0302 752020 or send a WhatsApp to this number 024 314 3143. This is not the end of the show yet. We'll be right back on the AM show.